Okay, if you find yourself looking for a good standing desk, there's a couple things that you're definitely gonna wanna make sure you're getting there. One, it needs to be super sturdy and strong, and two, you don't want it to break a bank. Well, let's go ahead and take a look here at this FLEXISPOT E6 Standing Desk and see if this thing has what you need, because this thing is super strong, and man, the height range on this is really, really tall. I mean, really, really tall. It's still going. Yeah. That's tall. Okay, so this is the FLEXISPOT E6 Max Standing Desk. Now, there is no doubt that having the ability to change the height of your workstation during the day is just going to be one of those things that's just a huge physical relief if you find yourself sitting behind a desk for long periods of time. But for someone like me, who's also a photographer and a videographer, having a variable height desk actually has a second very, very important aspect, and that is the ability to raise your desktop to your camera height more easily. Having a table that can change your height to raise to what you shoot in a comfortable standing height is going to be something that makes a huge quality of life difference for me. But I was in a situation where I needed to get a standing desk, but I didn't want to spend a ton of money to get a quality system that could do this. And this is really where this FLEXISPOT E6 really comes into play. Now, the first thing that you need to understand about this is that the E6 was built, this thing really is a super sturdy, good quality desk. It is stated to have a load capacity of 352 pounds. Now, there's no way I could actually ever lift 352 pounds on this desk to start with to put it on there, but if you're in a situation where you're putting cameras, lots of monitors, other things like that, computers, you name it, this thing should be able to easily hand that. As you can see, I could easily sit on this and it could rise me up and down with no problems. I think the sturdiness and build quality of this is really, really good. And you can see, even when it was raising me, who was way heavier than anything I'd put on the desk, you could see just how smooth that motors work. Now, the way it does this is it has a powerful dual motor system that is built here into the engine itself. Now, what's great about having these two motors is one, it's very, very quiet and it's very, very strong. What that's gonna do is that strength is not just about adding weight, it's about adding smoothness. So if you're at a desk and you got all your hard drives and everything like that, you don't want them janking around, you don't want the cables getting jerked around as they move. You want something that's smooth, and having these two motors, I found, gives you a really, really nice smooth control thing, even if you have the weight. Now, the way it's able to do this, it actually has a 3-stage leg that can give you a desk height anywhere between 24 and 50 inches. I think they said the height, at the very height, can comfortably accommodate someone who is 6'8". And because the desk goes all the way down to 24.4 inches, that means even little kids can sit there and use this. So it's just got a huge range of motion to fit all kinds of body types. Now, the other good thing about this is there's a control panel on this that you can control. Now, this is something that I think you would expect on any kind of regular standing desk nowadays, but what I like about the control panel and this specific one is that it has clear height markers right here on an LED display, and it has 4 height memory settings. So you can dial this in exactly what you want. If you find that's the height you want, you can just hit a button, and then it's just a matter of hitting one button, jumping in between the systems you got. Now, another benefit of this E6 system that I found super, super cool, I will be honest with you, is simply the fact that it comes with solid tabletops. Most of these desktops that you find, if they're smaller or more budget friendly, they will have like little multi-piece desktops. These pieces are a solid top, which makes them super sturdy. Now, the other thing I really liked about this is that this is customizable. Because the system is built around the legs and the motors, you actually have a lot of options here for customization. That means you can choose white or black legs depending on what your office looks like. You can get different size countertops all the way from 48 inches by 24 inches all the way up to 78 by 30 inches. So there's just a huge range of sizes depending on what your office looks like. And you can also choose different seamless top textures. Now, I chose this like nice maple desktop because that's what I wanted for my studio, but they also have bamboo, they have white, they have mahogany, they have rubber tree, special walnut, and you can get a black top as well if that's what you need. So all of those things are always a solid top, which gives you just an uncluttered desktop. Now, in addition to that, they also do come with other peripherals. So for instance, I want to use this as a video and product table, so I did not put wheels on this. But if you're someone that's in a studio, you you want to roll your table around, maybe you just want to be able to move this around. They do have wheels you can install in there, and they have Velcro straps and cable managers just to keep all the cables under here nice and tidy. Now, one thing I want to make sure you're aware of, this thing, while it comes at such a great price point, make sure you're aware that it does not come built. You are going to have to build this yourself. Now, that being said, I did find it to be pretty easy to set up. It took me about 35 minutes to set it up. I could set it down, the instructions were clear, and the best part is all the machine parts fit together really well. Didn't cause me any kind of stress when I was doing it. So just if you get it, be prepared to spend about 35 minutes putting it together. Now, whenever I do a review, I always like to point out any rooms for improvement just so you're fully aware of everything this product is and isn't. And I've got to say, as far as a standing desk goes, this thing pretty much ticked off everything I would ever want. The only thing that I think you should be aware of, not necessarily room for improvement, but you should be aware of, just remember, you are going to have to build this yourself. So if you buy this, even though it's a great price and you're not real like mechanically inclined, it comes together easy. But if you're worried about that, maybe have a friend come over and help you put it together. That is really the only thing I would say, because once you get this thing built together, the cord management is great, the power is really nice. Everything about this feels really, really quality for honestly a great price. So there you go. That is the FLEXISPOT E6 Standing Desk, something that I think makes a huge upgrade if you are in a workstation, just from a health and quality of life perspective. Anyway, I'd love to hear what you have to say about this. Leave me notes and comments down below. And yeah, go out there, keep on shooting, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon.